Hello, everyone, and welcome to a scene for Darkness in Dublin, the Changeling, the Dreaming Venue. Um, in this scene, we have Ravenna, who has just ventured herself out into Changeling society and is very curious about a certain someone that she has recognition for, but she hasn't quite put it together why yet. So after they get back from their fucking shit in the forest, Ravenna seeks out Karina and finds her on the balcony of Freehold.
Who she is currently drinking wine out of a cup.
So Ravenna kind of cringes when she sees wine being drank out of a cup.
If Ravenna looks down, she will see that the big ass panther that was with Karina also has a bowl filled with wine, and next to that, a bowl filled with water. The panther is currently laying on his side. He may be drunk. You're not sure.
She blinks. And she'll walk around and put herself in Karina's line of sight, giving her a look very similar to the one in her overlay.
Karina will notice this. Drink goes on table. Karina sits up. Well, actually stands up. There. Something I can assist you with, Stardust.
I just wanted to know if you'd like some company.
Sure. Why look like someone's dying, though? So Karina will invite her to sit down.
She'll crack a smile at that, and she'll sit.
I legitimately thought you'd come here to fight me or something.
No, not at all. I just. I guess a little confused.
Is that why you were staring at me all night?
Yes, I'm trying to place where the hell I know you from.
If it means anything, I've trying the same with you.
She kind of collapses back.
So, is the Stardust family particularly notable?
Yes, in a sense.
In a sense.
We've been known to make very bold political moves.
All right. I wish I could tell you more of the name Storm Fury, but I'll be honest, I know little of it. In fact, I know little of myself. I remember this body, and that's about it.
I remember a little bit more than that. I know that I was married in Arcadia. Um, the marriage was arranged to unite kingdoms. That's why I say we're known for our bold political moves.
Arranged or no, spouse be quite happy.
He was eventually.
Glad to know he came around. Is he not here with you now?
No, we lost track of each other.
Well,
He left Arcadia before I did.
do you know why? He
She
just
shakes her head. I don't remember. I don't remember everything, which is frustrating.
certainly better than nothing.
That's true, I suppose. Yes.
Perhaps. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Perhaps these bodies know one another. If I may be so bold, is your body's name?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, um, Green will ask, if I may be so bold, what is your body's name? Maybe our bodies know one
Uh,
another.
her name is Kaylee McNamara. She's a talent agent. We are a talent agent.
For what kind of talent?
Musicians.
This body remembers a movie called Get Shorty.
Some.
Or no.
This body has brought some very prominent stars to fame. It's what attracted me to her. I am a muse after all. She smiles.
I don't know why I took Kiara's body. Although looking back on her, it seems like I'm very much improving on her. She lacked focus. She crusaded for things one week only to change what she did the next. She said a lot of things, but she didn't believe in anything.
That's unfortunate.
Though she was starting to narrow her wants and her crusades. By the time I got her, she was a full-fledged environmental scientist. Which, does work for me in a way.
Science. That I still not something I'm terribly familiar with. This body really only has minimal understanding of science. I would assume whatever schooling they had.
It's
Doesn't really interest me too much, to be honest.
never mind then. Karina chuckles to herself, sips. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want some?
Uh,
Ravenna Kareem's going to offer her the cup that she's drinking from.
yes, no, she's going to decline. No, I'm good, thank you.
Full shrug. All right.
Um, I think you were actually wanting to tell me about your profession. I'd be willing to listen.
If it doesn't interest you, then it doesn't interest you.
She shrugs. Just, it's the stuff that's in here. I'm very certain your knowledge is more extensive.
It very much was, at least when I grabbed her. The one thing I will give this body is that she is vastly intelligent.
That's good.
But it's like imagine if you could assign a quantity to a dream, assign a quantity to us. But through doing so, you were able to find ways to change it or preserve it. Some of it is banal, very much so. The presentations, the grants, the, some of the research is fucking boring. But change, preservation, those things aren't.
She nods. She is unseelie. Change is definitely something that she's familiar with and welcomes. As far as I go, I just spend my time looking for the next big thing.
Nothing wrong with that. Find it next.
I attend a lot of performances and things like that. I even will sometimes go sit in bars and listen to people sing karaoke just to see what potential lies there. Plus, it's a good place to get glamour.
It's a great place to get glamour. Do you enjoy your body's job?
Oh, yes, I do.
All right. I wasn't. I was just curious.
I, like I said, chose her for the reason, for her job, because it's kind of what I do.
You're right. Sorry, I'm a terrible listener.
It's
My
okay.
How long have you been in the city anyway?
Um, too long.
Makes sense. Stands to mention
I've been
Oh, sorry.
I've been getting settled in and things like that. The one thing that happens with the body's job is a lot of travel and some moving around. This is the fourth city I've lived in since I got in this body.
How long have you been in it?
Couple years, maybe longer. I don't know. Time gets weird sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like to use it much, but I do like her phone. Keep track of time.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I am not a fan of phones, but it's kind of necessary for my job. She nods. Though I don't do the what do they call it, texting. I really only know how to talk on it.
I learned how. Kind of have to. Well, not have to. It made things easier for me. It's not my favorite thing, but some people exclusively respond to texts.
Maybe it might be good for me to learn how. I'm sure it's in this body's memory somewhere.
Based on what this body knows about talent agents, for sure. Although she just has to go off of her eyes narrow and she looks confused. A bipedal talking pink cat. Okay, that's weird. I've never seen that one. So, how do you feel about tonight?
It was interesting. House Dougal is weird.
They are certainly a different house, yes. I've never spoken to a clockwork spider. Something new.
Indeed.
Though I have to say, I've seen weirder things thus far.
Like what?
Oh, hmm. She that are entirely descendants from the Jotuns. Or Fomorians. That's what you call them.
She blinks.
Well, they're not exactly she. They're called Severtal. But they are descendants of the Dark Dream.
She nods. Hmm. Sounds like I missed something interesting.
Oh, you didn't miss it. He's still running around. This particular.
Oh, well, okay then.
I'll be honest, it's what we were expecting to fight in the forest. But what we found was also good. And Karina opens his mouth to say something else, doesn't say it.
What?
I was just going to say we also found you. So that's something.
She smiles. Indeed.
I just hope we didn't get your finery all dirty.
She looks down. Looks good to me. It can be cleaned. It's one thing I remember that I learned with my husband is that you miss out on a lot if you're afraid to get dirty.
As Karina, her outfit is probably just completely covered in just just dried out
Yeah.
blood. And there's probably some blood there because she played punch face earlier. She'll say, oh, "Sounds like a smart man."
He was very smart.
You seem like you still care
She
about him.
smiles. She smiles fondly. I do.
Are you traveling to find him?
Yes and no. I mean, I guess I do hold out the hope that I might find him one day. But I don't know, he could be anywhere in the world. I haven't really been outside of Ireland, so.
Were you sure? Do you know what house he was?
She she thinks I should know, but for some reason it's hmm. Gonna roll her remembrance rating. Let's see if she can get it. Nope. She shakes her head. That's one thing that I can't remember that I wish I could. It might help narrow things down. Don't remember his name or his house.
Oh, his name or his house.
She sighs in frustration.
Perhaps what he looked like, his mannerisms.
She closes her eyes. I know he was warrior type.
All right.
She looks at Karina. His eyes were an icy blue like yours.
Huh. All right. Certainly narrows it down quite a bit.
I think that's why I kept looking at you. The eyes, they draw you in.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Thank you, I suppose.
And for some reason, the name Storm Fury sounds familiar too. But you said you don't remember anything about it, right?
No, unfortunately.
You don't remember anything about Arcadia.
Alfheim's kind of a blank for me.
She nods. That's unfortunate. I'm glad that I do remember what I do. She looks at Karina again, like she just can't shake the familiarity.
If you want to do remembrance roll to get more details, go right on ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I need her to remember this shit. Like, oh, there's a success. Okay.
This is actually a big one. This is a big one. In addition to having the same eyes as him, she
Uh
holds a sword
huh.
the same way that he did too.
Oh, her jaw drops. Wait a minute. She like leans forward and she's like, "That's impossible, isn't it?"
Why?
Um, the way you hold your sword is the exact same way he held his. How is that even possible?
May you mind lending me your blade? The one that I had was given to me by His Excellency.
Um, sure. She stands up and unsheaths her sword and hands it over.
And he grabs it.
Chimerical. It's chimerical, but yeah.
She'll kind of hold it in her hands.
And hang on. Now I have to make a possessive roll because she gets anxious when other people use her things. So what is it? I think it's willpower. Uh, Oh, let me look it up real quick. I have the book open, so I just need to get to merits
All right, cool.
and flaws. Merits and flaws. Because even if it's just, yeah, I'm like, oh, I just remembered she has the possessive flaw. I have to make a roll for that for her to be able to use it. Oh, mental flaw, possessive. Where are you? I thought it was a mental flaw. It's not in the mental flaws.
Might be a social flaw.
Might be. Oh yeah, probably because
I would pick next.
yep, there it is. Possessive. Okay. You must make a willpower roll diff 7, or on a failure, you vehemently refuse to allow anyone to touch your things and will lash out if they push the subject. On a botch, you immediately act violently when someone attempts to handle anything you own. So let's hope she passes. Otherwise, she's gonna um, take it. She'll like when she before I narrate what happens. Oh, she's totally good. That's 4 successes. She is
Yeah.
completely good with letting her use the sword. So yeah, she hands it over with a smile.
Yep. So
She gets a little like I just say she gets like this twinge, but then she's good. Like no, it's fine.
okay, is the twinge noticeable?
Um, you can make a perception alertness roll to see if you see it.
Cool. Oh shit! She hella sees that twitch.
Yeah, she does. So she sees that that just little twitch of like, this is my shit, but here I'll let you use it. Like just that little twitch.
Frida won't bring up anything about it, um, but she will very gently kind of handle the weapon. Um, do practice swings very safely away from Ravenna. Um, for in Ravenna's case, Karina does not hold this sword like a graceful dancing beauty. Like she holds the sword like it's a goddamn sword, almost a meat cleaver. It is not graceful, but if she hits someone, they will probably bleed.
Yeah, she watches this and she's just like speechless.
So Karina will calmly hand the sword back.
Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google. Yeah, she's just watching with like she just wow. Um, how
How what?
how is it that you wield a sword exactly like he did?
Perhaps we have the same style.
No, from what I've seen, no two people even trained by the same of the exact same movements.
All right, let's dispel this then. I'm far better with the bow and arrow. Care to see that?
Sure.
I'll be right back. I will need to get it.
She takes back her sword and sheaths it.
Uh, Karina rolls and gets her chimerical bow and her quiver, and she actually just comes right up to the balcony with that shit, and she's just like, "All right, let's dispel your worries about this right now." Now, if Verona wants to go ahead and roll remembrance again,
Yep. Gonna do it. Success.
hey, so he was an archer.
Uh huh. She just she draws a breath.
Karina is just gonna take aim at a random tree and take a shot. And she hits it. She doesn't really care to do damage. She just wanted to hit it.
So she swallows hard.
Now, he couldn't have shot a bow like that.
She's really kind of looking like she's seeing a ghost.
He didn't shoot a bow like that, did he?
Yes, he did. He was a prominent archer. Um, okay. So she tries again to remember his house and it clicks and she just like um remember his house now.
All right.
His house is your house. House is seen.
All right. Well, at that point, we have an accomplished archer who is also good with the blade, is a man, and from my house.
Uh-huh. With icy blue eyes.
Icy blue eyes, yes. That's still quite a few people.
That wield a sword and shoot a bow the exact same way.
I don't know.
Even the look of concentration, even the look of concentration in your eyes. But I mean, you're not a man, so it's not possible, right? She's just like so beside herself at the moment.
Unless the working theory
Is it
would be,
possible?
to be fair, we are not always the same gender as well, as the commoners reincarnate, from what I understand. We are is very immaterial. Well, when it comes to what's in between her legs, maybe. I don't know, though. Though, this body took some getting used to for more reasons than one. He was frail. She was. Something about her never felt right to me.
How do you mean?
I mean, it sometimes feels like I'm not. It feels like I shouldn't be in this. I shouldn't wear the skin. I shouldn't.
Mm, I understand that too. It's she looks at her own body's skin.
It's deeper than that.
Oh,
I didn't understand when I bled for the first time. It didn't feel like it was me. Even if I was wearing her skin, despite that fact, it wasn't me.
she furrows her brow.
I've come to embrace it somewhat. I am okay with it now, but it was difficult.
Is it possible that you are not a woman in Arcadia? She says that with a measure of disbelief, like she doesn't know or think that that's possible, but hey.
Let's see how you did it. I haven't tried to just sit there and think about it. I figured that it would just come to me eventually. We're just gonna sit there and think about it. And as Kim said, I'm gonna go ahead and do some get a goddamn remembrance roll.
Okay, you got one die.
One die. Watch me botch it.
Don't botch it.
She straight failed it.
Yeah.
Just and nothing. All right.
Sometimes the fog is very thick. I have to sometimes sit and concentrate for a bit.
Okay. Oh, hey. So I'm gonna make this somewhat poetic. Um, so Grace just going to sit there and she's just kind of waiting for something. Um, and she'll say it in English. You're Freya's personal raven. Now that's a remembrance roll.
Uh huh. Nope.
Okay.
God damn it. Because that would be something she would recognize. God damn it.
Oh yeah, no, out of character, it was probably the thing he said to her to compliment her, calling her a gift from the gods.
Uh, yep.
Karina will look over to the side. That was a strange line. I don't know why that. Okay. Well, it's the first time I've picked up anything, though. Did you get anything?
She shakes her head. But I feel like I should have, which is weird.
Well, let's try again. I'll call things out until you remember. Or if you don't. Let's give it 2 more tries, yeah?
She nods. Roll again.
This time, Karina's going to say, you don't need that many damned jewels. Wow, that was very insulting. Okay, I don't know who I was insulting.
Me. Me. She just like he used to say that to me all the time. It wasn't meant as really an insult, just more of a affectionate banter.
That's a very general thing, though. A lot of people can say that.
Oh, that's true. It's just brought up fond memory.
All right. Part of me would. Part of me wants to just bid you a good night, to look over, or a good morning. But part of me is telling me you aren't going to let this go, are you?
No. She shakes her head.
All right. That's fair. So,
There's
what do you propose we do?
part of me wants to grab you and kiss you and see if that makes either of us remember.
If Ravenna's okay with it, Karina's just gonna grab her, yank her in, and just fucking kiss her and see what happens.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, roll Karina's too. Fuck it.
Oh no, botch.
Oh shit! Karina succeeded. That flipped the script.
Yep, a little bit. So she isn't doesn't quite feel it, like maybe it just caught her too off guard.
Meanwhile, Karina leans back and is like, "Huh, okay, that was something. All right, okay, okay." Karina actually feels her pulse for a second because, holy God, it just went off the charts. She doesn't know why it went off the charts.
Ravenna is kind of like just watching her. Like even though she didn't per se enjoy the kiss, it still doesn't put anything out of her mind. Like it's just okay, yeah, maybe I'm just not attracted to women, whatever. Um, there's just too many similarities for her to let it go.
Yeah, Karina stands there and is just like, "You seem like you're fairly unimpressed."
She kind of sorry, yeah. I don't know why. This is all so confusing.
Yeah, I feel much the same way.
What about you? What did you?
I felt my heart about to jump out of my own body. That was interesting.
Oh, she tilts
Yeah,
her head.
I've never felt that about really anyone since I came back. Kiara certainly hasn't.
She bites her lip. Kind of, like she has a fleeting thought of trying again to see if maybe it was just caught her off too off guard or something. Like she
You look like you still aren't letting this go, are you?
she shakes her head. No.
But what do we need to do? Did you want to try this one more time?
um. Yeah. She nods.
All right, let's do it like we're serious this time. Let's do this as if somehow, some way, we were married in Alfheim, got separated, came back, and met right here on this balcony in Dublin, Ireland.
She nods and like the entire thought of that actually sends her pulse rising.
Yep. Watch
Yeah,
as.
there's a success this time.
Okay. Oh shit. Alrighty. Wait for Karina. Oh hey, there's a success for her too. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Karina probably just gets more intense.
Yeah, so all of the familiar things about her husband just comes rushing back in this kiss, and she gets into it. Her heart pounds. After a couple minutes, she'll break the kiss and she'll look into her eyes. How?
I wish I could tell you.
Some tears well up.
Don't remember anything. I'm sorry.
She nods. It's okay. I don't remember everything. So it's just.
Listen, I won't lie to you. I had no idea about this till just now. I steps outside quite a bit. If you remember more than I do. So if you hate me for that, that's okay. But it was quite a few people. But for right now, if you're choosing to stay here, then not stopping until we get to the bottom of this.
I'm not going anywhere. I. We need to figure this out.
All right. So I'm currently holding um, one of the baronies for a missing noble, commoner named Tanya. That is one of the more civilized places to find me. Unless you wish to go out into the forest and hunt with me.
She smiles. I could.
Like, right.
Is.
You know far more about me than I do about you, so I'll ask you to be patient with me, because I think I'll
She
have to go through
nods.
you all over again.
It's okay. She strokes Karina's cheek with her thumb.
I might have been thinking of you, though.
Yeah?
Every time I imagined Alfheim, I just got sad. I wasn't angry, I wasn't happy, I was just sad. And then I never understood why. I don't know, maybe it was you.
She smiles. There was a nickname that you had said a little while ago. What was that again?
Freya's personal raven, or Freya's raven, or possibly just raven.
She smiles. She remembers. Yeah. Yeah. I remember. It was it's one of the highest compliments. It became a nickname.
Makes sense. Freya is the goddess of love and fertility.
That's
Before we get of ourselves, there's much you need to know about the city and much you need to know about my life.
okay.
Are you aware of the state of Ulster and this kingdom Leinster?
A little bit.
Well, you know
Why don't
hostility. Sorry,
I was just gonna say, why don't you just tell me?
hostilities are starting to intensify. Point where war is a distinct possibility. The woman Cece that Kincaid had mentioned in his fight with Toshi, she was
Yes.
she was taken by Ulster's prince, Asher, as Baelor. Judge Mercy snakes. Anyway, he had her taken on the basis of her being a spy, and from what I understand, they took cold iron blades and removed her wings, as well as multiple appendages, including an eye. It took orders from the Duke to prevent me from getting a goddamn war party together and taking her back.
She nods at that, like, yeah, that definitely sounds like something she would do.
Yeah, he'd hella do that. He'd hella do that.
Yeah, he would so do that. Like, she just nods, like, and she's at this point fairly convinced in her head that Karina is her husband.
I Karina still has some doubts, but you know if she is, then as far as she knows, the marriage hasn't ended, so she still has to be faithful because
Yep.
you know house is saying honor.
Mm.
Um, so that is already on top of our existing issues with the Thale, like what I mentioned with the Sabaton, who has also taken chrysalis and changelings and turned them into his brood. But I think I can reverse the process. If not me, someone else.
She nods. I don't know if I'd be of any use in that, but I'll help any way I can.
Can you fight? Never mind.
I I have some training. I'm not the best fighter, but I can hold my own.
Against what, though?
I suppose average things.
That's fair. If it means anything, this body has a lot to catch up with anyway. She was far clumsier when I first got her. Training's made her better, though. Soon she will truly be strong. Anyway, there's a very specific Baroness that may not like me very much. Her name's Baroness Ayala of House Ilonin, and that is a very long story. We also, I definitely. I apologize.
It's okay.
Again,
He
now that
didn't
I
know.
ignorance doesn't invalidate the wrong and dishonor this has brought you.
She wraps her arms around Karina.
Karina hugs back and says, again, I'm still not entirely convinced, but you seem to be. So, you have very little reason to lie.
Yeah, she nods at that like something I'd be lying about for sure. No.
Also, I'm like the worst person to lie about being married to.
Why do you say that?
Girl, have you seen me? What I mean to say is, if Aeon Flux shows up looking like a noble straight out of Westeros, points to me and says, "Yes, I am married to that." That is just implausible enough to be impossible to lie about.
She laughs. So, what do we do?
Safe right now. We should probably get sleep. And after that, let's spend some time together.
She nods and smiles. That sounds like a good idea.
Whatever we were, we have to build that back up now. If you wish if you wish it to stay as such.
I don't see why I wouldn't.
Right.
Okay then. Um, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Oh, also, how public do you want this to be at the moment?
Uh, she shrugs. Maybe not very until we're both really sure.
Fair enough. I was going to suggest something quite similar anyway.
She nods. I mean, we both do have our own respective baronies, so.
Where are you?
Out of character, I have no idea.
I
She'll say something, and I'll tell you later when I figure it out.
All right, cool. No biggie, no biggie.
So she's very much trying to get herself to leave, but she can't seem to move.
Come with me. Karina's just she can't fuck with this right now. She's just kind of takes revenge. Walks with her a little bit.
She follows.
Until they get to one of the guest bedrooms that Tintagel showed them. Um, as she takes Ravenna to one, Ravenna will point to the bed and say, "You may take the bed. It seems you do not want to be away from me." So, Ravenna takes a pillow, puts that on the ground, and just lays there.
Ravenna will uh, Ravenna will strip off her dress. She's wearing some stuff under it. She has like underclothes, I guess you could say. And she crawls into the bed. But she looks over at Karina and she says, "You don't have to sleep on the floor."
I mean, that I just did it because it made sense at the time. I'll be honest.
Come on. Get in the bed, please.
All right. Um, Karina will start to take off her outfit. She does have some. She does look presentable too. She is not completely in the nude. Um, Although Karina wasn't kidding when she said she was training up that body. Okay, that's a thing.
Yeah, she looks.
And she just kind of gets on into the bed.
Preventable. She doesn't like. She, she turns to face her and just smiles, and she fall asleep on her side, facing her.
Um, Karina probably stays up for a bit longer. Um, kind of confused at this turn of events. She's not quite sure what all this is going to mean. She's still not even sure if it's an actual thing quite yet, and she
Right?
doesn't want to string this other woman along at all. But eventually, Karina will knock out too on account of her being fucking tired.
And I believe that is where we can end our scene. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.